It's Wednesday, February 26, 2020, and here's what's happening. A Dunkirk man is facing charges after allegedly trying to break into a parking meter. Plus, the latest on the push to stop New York's green light law.
And a look over the Mill Creek Mall in Erie shows you the foggy conditions, but major lake effect snow is on the way. We'll break it all down next as the news starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. We start with a live look over downtown Jamestown, where it's quiet right now, but the scene will likely be much different tonight as a winter weather is making its return to our area. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joins us now with more on what we can expect. Hi, Dakota.
Hi, Justin. And yes, as we've been hinting all week long and even earlier last week, there is the potential for significant lake effect snow setting up tonight and lasting pretty much all the way through the first half of the weekend. So here's radar right now. We're dry so far, but we are going to see some rain showers redeveloping again. Then it will transition over to snow. So the watch warning map is entirely busy. We have a lake effect snow warning for the entire southern tier. This starts tonight at 10 o'clock and will run all the way through 6 p.m. on Saturday. The storm watch continues for Erie and Crawford counties, Pennsylvania. I would not be a bit surprised if the Weather Service in Cleveland upgrades that to a lake effect snow warning sometime this afternoon. Winter storm warning actually for areas northward. That's essentially near Buffalo. And then we have a winter weather advisory down here for Warren County, PA. But also in Warren County, there's also a wind advisory in effect down here. That starts tonight and will last until 1 a.m. on Friday. So there's a lot of stuff going on. It's snow and wind, near blizzard conditions, definitely at times here. So in terms of the impacts, this is what we're looking at. Wind, snowfall, basically everything is running in the moderate or high category. So if you're traveling, especially tomorrow, if you're traveling south, I think you'll be okay. But if you're traveling west or north through Erie or Buffalo, forget about it. I mean, it is just going to be very hard travel. But again, wind and snowfall is going to be our main issue. Now, this is the projected snow coming off the in-house computer model by tomorrow morning. So by tomorrow morning already, we're looking at about 3 to 5 inches across much of the area. As often is the case, the highest hills will likely see the most amount of snow. So tomorrow morning, it's going to be a slow and rough commute. The lake effect snow will continue through the day Thursday. Then on Friday, we'll talk about the totals through that time stretch. We'll time it all out with FutureScan in a little bit later in the show. Jay, back to you.
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. And we remind you to safely submit your weather photos and videos to us on social media using the hashtag MyLocalWX. And to track the storm and for more updates, be sure to download the WNY News Now mobile app on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. In other news, a City of Dunkirk man is facing charges after allegedly damaging parking meters on Central Avenue in Dunkirk yesterday afternoon. Dunkirk police say that 27-year-old Gabriel Soto was taken into custody after witnesses identified him at the scene of the crime. Additionally, police allege that Soto was found in possession of tools used to cause the damage. Soto also allegedly had several hypodermic instruments on his person. Soto was processed at the police headquarters in Dunkirk and released with an appearance ticket under New York State's bail reform law. Well, New York's governor is blaming President Donald Trump for playing politics with the state after a federal grant was axed. WNY News Now's Craig McFadden has more.
We have bad news, good news today.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo blamed the president this week after a federal grant for public health services that benefit the poor and middle class were canceled. Cuomo says this is a political payback to a blue state that won't be won by Republicans in November.
This health care denial is really obnoxious. If there's one area that you think should be beyond politics, it's health care. And what the federal government is doing is this is hurting Democrats and Republicans. It's not whether you're blue or you're red. These are needy New Yorkers. They're primarily senior citizens who are hurt.
In 2014, New York State was awarded a funding grant for about $8 million from the federal government. The governor says it helped move healthcare services from being mostly hospital-driven to community-based or urgent care systems. But that grant will no longer be in effect.
Friday, they announced that they are canceling that grant to New York. Costs us about $600 million this year. And that is basically through the Medicaid program.
Calling the move counterproductive and harmful to the state because of the hospitals anticipating the funding, Governor Cuomo pledges to fight the cut.
I'm going to contact our congressional delegation. We're going to marshal all our allies because it's unconscionable. There has to be a place where you don't play politics. It has to end somewhere. And it should end at health care.
With WNY News Now, I'm Craig McFadden.
All right, Craig, thank you. The state's budget director says the end of the funding will impact only providers, but will not change the target for the state's Medicaid reductions. Also happening in Albany, New York State Senate Republican leaders proposed an amendment to repeal the state's green light law. Now, signed into law last year, the green light law allows immigrants to obtain driver's licenses. Earlier this month, the Department of Homeland Security announced a suspension on New Yorkers' enrollment eligibility for multiple trusted traveler programs in direct response to the law's implementation. Now, according to federal officials, the integrity of these popular international travel programs could no longer be guaranteed due to the statewide block on any DMV information sharing. Governor Andrew Cuomo has since changed his position multiple times on information sharing with federal officials since the suspension of the Trusted Traveler program. Senator George Borrello says that the governor cannot single-handedly change a policy he signed into law. The state's legislature is tasked to fix what he calls a public safety crisis. Now, at the close of session yesterday, the Senate Republicans' repeal was rejected by Democrats. We'll, of course, continue to follow this for updates. Hopefully everybody is having a good day and getting ready to break out your shovels once again. Thanks for Samantha for joining us. We appreciate you. TR, hopefully you're doing well. Lisa, good afternoon to you. Hello to David. Hello to Lori, Deborah, Rod, and Pam as well. Joseph, hello to you. Thanks for being here on the broadcast. And it seems like winter weather is coming back our way. As Dakota talked about, he'll have much more coming up later on in the broadcast. But nevertheless, we enjoyed a small taste of spring. I guess that's what you could call it. But it is nice out there, not seeing the snow. If we take a live look at the H2 News Now cam, it looked like we had a little bit of rain this morning. And I want to ask the viewers what you guys thought about this. But last night, I was at my house, and I saw these huge, like, icicle rain mix coming down across the area. I don't know if anyone else saw that out there. But they were huge, huge, huge raindrops. And I thought to myself, I'm like, if it was much colder than it is right now, we would be getting hammered. So hopefully that doesn't come our way. Joanna says, bring it on, nevertheless. And certainly, Joanna, we can agree to disagree, my friend, because I am not looking forward to the snow. But nevertheless, this is home, and we'll get through it at the end of the day. Coming up, a lot more to tell you guys about. The latest on a massive drug bust here in Western New York. And some good news for the cookie super fans of the world. How you could grab a special edition t-shirt? Yeah, that in just a minute.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
The mother of a special education student at Maple Grove High School is speaking out.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
And Lake Erie is covered in less than 1% of ice as this winter season has entered its peak.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Every cookie sold in the Girl Scout Cookie Program helps girls learn lifelong lessons in people skills, decision making, money management, goal setting, and business ethics. It's amazing how much you can learn from a cookie. The Girl Scout Cookie Program. Think outside the box.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
And welcome back. Federal prosecutors here in New York State say over the last week, authorities have seized enough cocaine, crack cocaine, and fentanyl to wipe out an entire county. U.S. Attorney J.P. Kennedy addressed the massive drug trafficking operation during a press conference yesterday.
We're trying to get the message out to the community that there are better options. There are other options other than, you don't necessarily choose where you live when you're a kid growing up, and you see sort of the actions of the people in your community, and that's your world perspective. And if that's your world perspective, that's probably what you aspire to. And if that's what you aspire to, you're setting your sights awfully low.
Now, authorities served at least 11 search warrants and made 4 arrests part of that case. And they say that a dozen firearms, nearly 8 kilos of cocaine and crack cocaine, and upwards of 2 kilos of fentanyl were seized during the raid. And priests in the Diocese of Buffalo were invited to a meeting with Bishop Edward Scharfenberger this week. Scharfenberger, the diocese's temporary apostle administrator, is currently mulling whether they should declare bankruptcy. The meeting included a decision about what reconciliation would look like if the diocese were to file for Chapter 11. That, according to a person who attended the meeting and spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak to the media. The priests were met by a small group of protesters outside the church, including Sobrian O'Connor. Now, she was the secretary to the former Bishop Richard Malone, who leaked classified materials in helping to spark the scandal. She says the uncertainty of if and when the diocese will file for bankruptcy has taken a toll on abuse victims.
It continues to put this issue in their mind, sometimes every day. Then when the Boy Scouts filed last week, I got a lot of calls from survivors saying, is that going to happen now for the Diocese of Buffalo? It has seemed imminent for so long now that it really just puts this specter over them, and they keep wondering, when are they going to do it? And until they make that decision, it leaves them wondering and causes a lot of anxiety.
Now, the bishop has released a statement on the meeting saying, in part, concern has been expressed over my decision to allow priests who have been placed on administrative leave or who do not have facilities to celebrate the sacraments publicly to participate in Mass with me or other priests of the diocese yesterday. This was a private Mass not open to the public, which has had its emphasis and the need for true personal remorse for the harm caused to victims of survivors. I deeply regret that this decision to gather privately in prayer and opened the door to yet another wound for those who were harmed. Well, Christians around the globe are starting the Lent season with a visit to a church today. Ash Wednesday kicks off Lent, which lasts around 46 days leading up to Easter. Now, occasions with an ash cross on their forehead, which represents the death and repentance. Many Christians will then choose to fast or give up something they enjoy for the period. Easter Sunday is April 12th. Well, it's a GIF or Jif. The popular peanut butter brand is releasing a jar featuring the name spelled with a G instead of a J. Take a look. It's a partnership with Jiffy, the popular Jif search engine. Now, the jar defines GIFs, animated looping images. It also asserts that the word should be pronounced with a hard G and not a soft one. However, Steve Whiteley, he's the creator of GIF, has said it should be a soft G. Despite his clarification, the debate still rages on how to pronounce the word. Dakota, I want to get your input on this one. GIF, it stands for Graphics Interchange Format, and these limited edition jars are for sale now for $10 on Amazon. Are you a GIF person or are you a GIF person?
I'm a GIF.
Yep.
Yep.
I've been a GIF, I guess, but I think that's just how it was introduced to me. It's like, when you, years ago, when they had those attachments on your iMessage, now where you can send them.
Yeah.
It'd be like, okay.
They had those back in the old days, flip phones. Remember when you had to press the number 35 times in order to get the right letter?
Right. But now, like, if I
Only
go,
the OGs remember.
If I go to my text message, I got to find, all right, so for example, I sent WNY News Now via text message yesterday. Can't really see it because my phone's too bright, I guess, for the camera. I sent them, there we go. I sent them a text message yesterday with the picture, which wasn't very good. And I forgot to turn the phone this way. I know. I'm sorry.
Rule breaker.
But if you go and you do the search the GIF, you have all these images, right? You can look at the ones I use the most.
Facebook has that too now.
I use this one.
Put them in statuses.
I used this one yesterday. I thought it was good.
What is it?
Old-timey dancing. I typed in old-timey dancing and it came up and I'm like, yes! This is what I want. This is what I want. So I guess the debate will rage on.
Yeah.
Whether it's GIF or GIF, either way, peanut butter's delicious. And last night, I laughed so hard that I hiccup. Sometimes that happens to me and it's horrible. And the best way to cure your hiccups is through peanut butter.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Just put it on a spoon, put it in your mouth, have it in there, sit for a minute, and then swallow really hard to get it, like, coat your throat. And for me, anyways, instantly cures my hiccups.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
The water thing never works. It just makes me have to go to the bathroom. That's it.
The scaring doesn't work either. But hey, you know what?
I don't like the scaring because I do not like to be scared.
Yeah, but
I don't. No.
Yeah.
I'm fine with being the scarer. I know it's a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite, but I don't like to be scared. So I don't even like, if I have the hiccups, I don't even ask people. It's like, don't scare me. Just give me some peanut butter.
Yeah.
Please.
Like my dad. Put peanut butter on everything,
Hey, smart man. It cures the hiccups. Got to say hello to your mom. She's watching. Hello to Bonnie. Hi. Hopefully you're doing well. Hello to Mommy. Hello to Lori. My mom's watching. Hello to Amy. Hello to Samantha. Rod, he says, supposed to be back to 50 next week. What is going on with our weather? It's crazy.
It's dazed and confused.
Yeah.
And you know what, Jay? When it comes to, having the hiccups, it's better to laugh and have hiccups than laugh to wet yourself. Because then at that point, you'd have to go to the cleaners. Speaking of going to the cleaners, let's take a look at this
I see what you did with the segue there.
Yes.
I feel like I'm under the bus a little bit.
Yes.
Not gonna lie.
In the words of Colin Mockery, nice segue. So rain changes to snow later today, so we'll get back into some rain showers, especially later this afternoon and early this evening, but it changes to moderate to heavy snow tonight. Again, this has been the big deal. Then it changes to lake effect Thursday and Saturday, and the winds are also going to be a problem, blowing a lot of this around. Wind gusts 45, maybe 55 miles per hour at times. Now, I showed you during the tease at the top of the show that we had a little bit of fog. Right now, the Jamestown airport's down for maintenance, so we don't have anything coming up from there, but 9-mile visibility right now in Dunkirk, 6 miles in Erie. Olean, actually, that is a error there. It's not 10-mile visibility in Olean, but look at Wellsville at only a quarter of a mile and Bradford at only 1 mile. So again, the fog is going to be staying through the day, and it's going to be lifting and coming up throughout the day again. So here's the satellite and radar composite. Again, mainly dry across the area right now, but you can see the moisture peeking back to the west because the second storm system is going to track like this, and then it's going to come straight up through central New York. And because we're going to be on the west side of it, the west side is the cold side because low pressure spins counterclockwise. That means that we're going to get into the snow tonight. So we'll show it to you here on FutureScan. Brand new run of the in-house computer model. It shows you mainly dry through the early afternoon. Then we get into some of that rain as the low pressure system actually passes to our south. Now, as it heads on out to our east, you notice two things happening here. One, patches of heavier rain pushing in further out to the east. So this is where the low is actually tracking, like this. So out ahead of that, so as you get here, you get into some of that heavier rain. Out here, you notice the presence of the colder air coming in will change over to snow throughout the nighttime hours tonight. Some of this could be heavy in nature, and again, we're talking about maybe a good amount by tomorrow morning. Then as we go into tomorrow morning into the afternoon, the lake gets involved, and then it will generate bands of lake effect snow that could be significant. Again, the confidence is high that these bands could be causing maybe 1 to 2 inch per hour snowfall rates at times, and these bands will likely have some very heavy snow, and the winds blowing into around will obviously cause some very hazardous travel. So once again, lake effect snow warning in effect for the entire southern tier starts tonight, and that goes all the way through 6 p.m. On Saturday. The winter storm watch continues for Erie and Crawford County. That'll probably be up to a lake effect snow warning, at some point this afternoon. So the watch warning map is very busy, and it will stay that way. So here is our projections going all the way through Saturday. In this dark pink strip right here, we're looking at about 8 to 12 inches across much of Chautauqua County. Once you rise up into the hills, maybe of Cat County, you're looking at maybe 9 to 14 inches here. Now, what we always say when it comes to snowfall, focus on the lowest number, not the highest number. But again, there is some good confidence that some spots along the hillier terrain could see upwards of a foot, maybe up to 14 inches once you go out to Cat County. 7 to 9 across the lower elevations. Further south, maybe 5 to 8 across Warren County, and maybe 7 to 10 inches across, essentially across portions of Erie and Crawford County, Pennsylvania. So this is going to be a heavy snow event. So get the shovels, the plows. You're going to be needing them because it's not just the heavy snow and the wind, it's the duration. It's going to be long lasting, and that will allow the snow to really accumulate in pockets. So get ready for this once again. 37 at 1 o'clock through the afternoon, chance for a few light rain showers. As we head to 5 o'clock, this will be the better chance for any rain. By the late afternoon, we're hovering around 39 to 40. Then as we head into tonight, by about 10 o'clock, rain and snow, but the colder air already lurking on our back doorstep by this time. So we will likely change over to all snow very shortly afterwards, or if not even beforehand. You want them, I've got them. The next 7 days of your life are coming up on the screen. 24 tomorrow. Again, we are just hammered with heavy lake effect snow Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All 3 days windy, all 3 days very cold with temperatures down into the 20s. We stay cold on Sunday with a few leftover lake flakes. We have one dry day coming up on Monday with highs near 40 once again, and we're shot up to near 50 by next Tuesday with a few rain showers. Yikes. Sports is next. Don't go away.
All right, Dakota, thank you. Norm's here with a tease at what's coming up in sports.
Yes, Justin, and first I gotta say, Mother Nature's been very nice to us this winter. I cannot complain at all.
Not anymore with that, though.
Anyways, up next, the Brooklyn Nets will look to neutralize Bradley Beal on the road tonight. That and more when WNY News Now returns.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. On Tuesday, the Jamestown Community College men's basketball team faced off against Genesee Community College in the Region 3 sub-regionals. JCC ended up with the short end of the stick, losing the game 104-91, ending their 2020 campaign. The men's team ended the season with an 8-17 record, going 1-11 in their final 12 games. In women's basketball, the JCC women's team will be taking on Erie Community College at home this evening at 6 o'clock in their Region 3 sub-regionals game. Coming off a 9-6 loss in their last game Tuesday, this afternoon at 1:10, the New York Mets will take on the Houston Astros. The Mets will look for win number 2 early on in this year's spring training schedule. On the opposing end, Houston has received nonstop controversy, from fans having anti-Astros paraphernalia confiscated to Astros star Jose Altuve being hit by a pitch amid the sign-stealing fiasco. Today's battle of pitchers will be Noah Syndergaard of the Mets against Houston's Austin Pruitt. Also going on with a 7 o'clock tip-off tonight, the Brooklyn Nets will be on the road to take on the Washington Wizards. Brooklyn is coming off a loss in their last game Monday, 115-113 against the Orlando Magic. On the opposing end, Washington is on a 3-game skid, losing 137-134 in OT versus the Milwaukee Bucks Sunday. In spite of their skid, Wizards guard Bradley Beal has scored at least 50 points in back-to-back games, the first player to do that since Kobe Bryant back in 08-09. The game will be televised on the Yes Network. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
All right, Norm, thank you. Well, if you're an Oreo super fan like myself, Walmart's got the deal for you. The retail giant's Oreo variety packs come with 5 types of classic Oreos, from least to most in terms of cream. They are Thins, Double Stuffed, Mega Stuffed, and Most Stuffed. Now, according to bestproducts.com, each variety comes in a full-sized pack. The website also reports, Dakota, that the limited edition packaging weighs more than 4 pounds. Wow, that's a lot of cookies. It comes with an exclusive t-shirt as well. Well, that's good. I'd love to wear one of those when you're dunking. Apparently, it's a very popular item. It's currently on sale for $24.99, but last check it was listed as sold out at Walmart's website.
And probably in about a year, you'll probably be able to buy it on eBay for $200.
Yes, and the cookies will be expired by then. So what
exactly. And the shirt, $400.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool. Oreos are great. Horrible for you, though. I've learned that. It's like, but there's something, I seriously think.
They're addicting.
There's something in there that makes them addictive.
Yeah. I mean,
seriously.
I mean, I mentioned on the show before, it's like, if you open a package of Oreos, you will sit right in your living room watching your favorite TV show, and you look down and it'd be like, did I eat a whole row?
Gone. Yeah.
You'd be like, did I just do that?
Yeah. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's you can't do it with the package. My trick is I get a plate, I put 5 of those suckers on the plate. I'm not sure what the recommended amount is, but for me,
who
it's
cares?
5. And after the 5, that's it, Joe. Only one more trip back to the market.
Yeah, only one more. Only one more to restock, right, Jay?
Yeah, that's horrible. It's okay. What are you going to do?
It's okay. I mean,
So good with milk, Samantha says. The best. Can't eat them without milk. Lori, really wasn't missing the snow, but I guess we got a deal. Yeah, we got a deal. Tracy, everyone ready for the snow? No, Tracy. No, we're not. I hear the sarcasm through the message.
I know.
Because it's like, it just could please give us a break.
I know.
But we did have a break.
Right.
I shouldn't complain.
Right.
Shouldn't complain. But the problem is, it's just so cold.
It's assaulting is what it is when you really think about it. I mean, it's just, I guess, insulting, I guess is the only word I can think of. So 20 to 26 tonight. Rain changes over to moderate to heavy snow tonight, about 2 to 5 inches by the morning hours, but it also turns windy, and you can see it on the 7-day. Lake effect snow Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wind gusts 40, 50 miles per hour at times. Dangerous travel all 3 days. We're going to be likely measuring along the higher terrain this snow in feet by the time we head to Sunday morning. So get ready for this, guys. Winter's not over.
Wow. All right. Well, of course, we'll keep everyone updated 24/7. Download the mobile app. That's the best way to do it. And then back here at noon tomorrow, we'll have full team coverage. So I'm not
here.
I'm not looking forward to it. But
I know. Are you ready for Camp WNY News Now, Jay?
No.
We might be camping out here.
Will we have Oreos?
Oh, we do.
We will? We don't have. I looked in the cabinet. We don't have any.
I thought you said we had Oreos.
No, will we have Oreos?
I'm not buying them.
No? Okay. Send me to the store. We're officially out of time. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. Stay warm.